Okay. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
Okay. All right, go ahead.
Under the California law, it says a person does not gain a domicile in any precinct into which he or she comes for temporary purposes merely without the intent of making that precinct his or her home. So that includes all post office, P.O. boxes, mail drops, virtual mail drops, anything where you're just getting your mail and leaving. You're not physically living there and staying there all day long.
I do have 24/7 access, though. I have a key to the door. I can go 2 in the morning if I want to, and sometimes do.
But we can't accept that address.
The statute. Can you quote the one? I want you to say it again slowly and clearly, and 2, I want the number of the statute.
Yeah, it's basically
Not basically. Cite the statute. What number is it?
It's 2021 B.
2021B. 2021B. Okay, and read it again.
A person does not gain a domicile in any precinct in which he or she comes for temporary purposes merely without the intent of making that precinct his or her home. And you don't physically live there, you just get your mail and leave.
No, I don't. I can work there. I can set up my laptop there. There's your computer and shipping stuff there.
I know, but it's not a physical home.
Right, that's the affidavit I filled out where I'm registering at my business address.
I know, but those locations are excluded. Nobody can use those places as businesses.
Then why does it work for all the other why is it on my ID? My California issued ID.
So the police can mail you a ticket, basically. They can find you. That's how they get a ticket to your registration form. That's what that's why your license ID, it says where they can find you or get information for you.
Okay. So then it's not possible for me to vote.
No, it's totally possible. You just can't use that address. We can put you.
I have to make up an address.
No, because you told me you're homeless, right?
Correct.
So we use the closest cross streets to that mailing location.
I already gave that. I've got a video log of that. I got video of that. We did that.
That's fine. So all we need you to do is go online to register to vote, fill the online form, fill it all out, and we can process it even today.
Okay, so go fill out the form again. The 8 times I registered physically and the one I have a video recording of, none of those count. And there's no way, again, just to use my current registration.
So the reason we can't use your current registration is because this address is for your mailing address only. We need to have some.
It is not. I'm contesting that. I'm saying it's not. And again, I want to be very clear. These were all separate vlogs, so I want you to say again what was your method of determining the address is inappropriate?
We verify aerial through databases that the address is correct.
Through databases. Earlier, you referenced Google Maps.
And Google Maps. We have many sources.
Okay, well, I've read the lease on my location, and I know that it's a business center, that it's a qualified address. I challenge what you're saying. I want to use my address.
And we can't use that. We can't use any P.O. boxes, mail drops, post offices, virtual.
It is not a P.O. box. It is not a mailbox. It is not a post office. It is a business center. Their lawyers composed the documents, the lease I signed. There's reasons for that.
Well, we have this address in the system as a mail drop.
Earlier you said it looked like a mail drop on Google Maps from aerial photos.
Well, we confirm with multiple sources.
What about my lease? I can go get a copy of my physical lease. And while I'm there, I'll just mail it to you.
thing is, we're still going to accept that address. Still comes up as a mail drop.
So even if I have the lease saying that I have a business center at that address and it is the type of address I can use, I can't use it.
Everyone, I'm looking online, it's considered a mail drop location.
Based on Google Maps.
And the internet.
And the internet. Wow, like Trumpian right there. But you won't accept a legal document like the lease I am contracted with them with.
Where you physically live at, anywhere else in Orange County we can use. We just can't use that one. Your mail can still go there. But where you sleep every night, we can use that address. If it's a cross street, if it's a house.
Yeah, I made up a cross street earlier and gave you that, and that didn't work.
No, we could totally use it. We just need you to register online and fill out the paperwork coming from you. I can't do it for you because you have to state it on the form that you live there, not me. You know.
Oh, you mentioned that earlier. You said I've got to take an oath under penalty of perjury that I do live at the address I give.
Yes, because I can't fill out your form.
No, hold on. I can't, under penalty of perjury, I can't fill that form out myself. I don't live there. I made up an address under the instructions. I used the nearest cross street to that location.
So where do you sleep every night?
It varies wildly, and I build my own shelter.
Then use the one you use the most. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that.
I don't really have a specific one that I use the most, and I feel like being a bitch about this today because in the last few days I've had dramatic interruptions of my life. I slept in the parking lot of the YMCA by the new part of town I'm exploring, and they kicked me out from all of them and banned me, and it's really fucked up right now. I can't answer that question in any sort of penalty of perjury. I don't know.
Then use the one you're currently registering at. If you move tomorrow, then it's up to you to re-register.
The fake address, the cross streets I gave him earlier, is just outside that plaza from that business center.
Totally fine.
I can go in there and work, but I cannot. It's not a domicile. I can go in there and sit at my laptop and spend all day if I feel like it. And I'm friends with them there. I do that. But that's not a domicile. I don't live there.
That's correct. We can't use that as a domicile address for anybody in the county.
Right, that's why I think I filled out the 2 affidavits using my business address.
And I just can't find those forms. I have not received those forms from you.
I filled out 2 separate ones of them. Can you just mail them to me again? I regret not having that close to hand myself. I just figured I should have copied it or whatever.
The forms, okay, here's the thing. If I give you the form, it's going to come right back because you're saying that is your business, but we can't use that one as a business.
That's why I was asking if I could send a copy of my lease, the contract that I am engaged in with the business there to rent my space, showing that it's not a P.O. box. I can do that in one swoop because when I go there to get the letters from you, I can just get a copy of the lease from my landlord, I know the guy anyway, and mail them to you.
But the thing is, we're not accepting those for anybody in the county. Even if the lease says that from what they said, you don't physically live in that building.
That's right, I don't physically live in that building. I don't live in any building.
So that's why we can't use that as your domicile address. That's for anybody in the county.
Send me the form anyway, because I want to read it and examine it. Just like the code you gave me earlier, I'm going to look it up and read about it, and then look up what lawyers say about it and other case law and stuff. I'm going to do that. Send the form anyway, regardless, and I'll take a look at it.
So, do you want me to send it to your mail drop location, correct?
Yeah. Well, I'm not saying it's mail drop, I'm saying that's my business center. The address you have redundantly on file, send it there. I'll get it.
Okay, well, we will send a registration form to that address.
Not the registration form, the affidavit, the extra form I had to fill out before about using my business address that is not a domicile.
Yeah, but that letter only works if it's a business, not a mail drop. Or
I don't care. I want the letter anyway because I'm going to research it.
Okay. Okay. We will send you a letter.
All right. I'll look into it.
All right. Thank you.
Fucking $100,000 in debt from a polycybron pre-law shit. I'll read fucking for my goddamn self. I did last time.